Good evening, students. We will be starting the session in a minute. Please ask your friends to join as soon as possible. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So I welcome you all in our third masterclass of data analytics. Today we will be having Dr. Bindu Krishnan as our speaker for the third masterclass on data visualization techniques. Dr. Bindu Krishnan is a seasoned statistician with over 20 years of experience in academics and research. She's currently a senior statistician, data and AI at IBM Research and Development Software Labs, Kochi. She holds a PhD in statistics from Bharatiya University and a master's in statistics and MTech in data science and AI from Cochin University of Science and Technology. Dr. Krishnan has authored a book and numerous research articles, and she is an expert in statistical software like R, SAS, Python, and Tableau. Her research interests include distribution theory, time series modeling, data science, and machine learning. In today's session, we will delve into data visualization techniques, a crucial aspect of data analytics. Dr. Krishnan's extensive background and practical insights promise to make this masterclass both enlightening and engaging. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Bindu Krishnan. We welcome you, ma'am, and over to you. Now you can start with the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good evening, all. Okay. So let me start the session. I am thinking of this as a purely hands-on session. So those who want to, because data visualization, simply saying, what is data visualization? Of course, it's a discipline to understand data visualization, that visual effect there. So it's a discipline to understand data, say by placing it in a visual context, so that patterns, trends, correlations, etc., that might not otherwise be detected can be exposed. And here, of course, we have a lot of softwares, programming languages for doing this. And I'm thinking of to continue with Python because that's one of the most acceptable ones for all of you, especially as far as machine learning perspective or data science perspective, even computer science perspective, I can say. But anyway, be frank, those who have some background in statistics, they may prefer R programming language or SAS, SAS or something like that. But anyway, whatever be the programming languages or menu-driven softwares which are approaching, like say Tableau, Power BI, all those things are of course for data visualizations. But anyway, whatever be the programming languages or softwares which you are approaching, that importance of data visualization is it's I can say it's no words for that. So anyway, so here actually I am thinking of to continue with Python, which is one of the programming language all of you are familiar with basics. So let me share the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, dear participants, since it's a hands-on session, so by after explaining each step, I'll give you say one or 2 minutes to do that. Those who are interested can do it with me. Anyway, since I am continuing with Python, those who are familiar with the basics of Python, I hope all of you are familiar with the basics of Python. But those who are not familiar with the Python, just open your Python notebook. Here, actually, I have opened Jupyter Notebook. So those who are familiar with Colab or whatever be the platform like this, I can show you. So if you have installed Python, see, of course, you might have installed through this Anaconda Navigator. So just by clicking on this Anaconda, you can see that you have different platforms like Spider or Jupyter Notebook or Jupyter Lab, etc., etc. Even R also. See, here you have different options to work with. Well, whatever be you are familiar, or PyCharm, anything. So you can continue with that, no issue. That just let me open Jupyter Notebook, because I usually suggest students while starting this Python, this especially data visualization or whatever be the analysis which you are planning to do. So as a beginner, this will be more interactive or user friendly for you. So that's why, but it's your choice. If you are an expert in Python or Python basics, you can continue whatever be your platform. Okay, so let me start with this Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Now, so moving to the data visualization, the packages or libraries in Python, the most popular one or fundamental one is matplotlib, which almost all of you are familiar. Then the other libraries or libraries in Python only I am mentioning, since we are planning to do with Python, continue with Python. So of course, Python offers multiple great graphing libraries that come packed with lots of different features, which includes first one, matplotlib, then Seaborn, then Plotly, then ggplot. Actually, ggplot is available in both Python and R. ggplot is again a package in R programming also. So anyway, to start with, we can start with this matplotlib. Okay, so you can open a file like this. See, click on this new Python 3. Okay, you can open your notebook like this. Then here, while clicking here, you can give a name of your own choice, say visualization or something like that. Okay, anything of your own choice. Okay, just rename it. Okay, so you can start typing here. Say, for example, say I'm going to type. See, either you can click on this run or shift enter. Right? You will get the output. So that is how we started with Python. Anyway, I am. Okay. So let me open a data visualization Python. Okay. So we can start with, see, as I mentioned, matplotlib is the fundamental package or library in Python for doing diagrams and graphs. So whenever we plan to draw some diagram or graphs in Python, please import this first. Import matplotlib. Import matplotlib.pyplot as this is actually optional. The thing is that every time we can't type all these things. No, So that's why just I have given a short form here. Those who are aware of programming language, of course, you know this. So not PLT, you can give it as PT or PL or LT or T or something like that. So whatever be the thing which you are giving here, in every step, see, I'm typing this PLT and no need to type this full thing again and again. So it is enough to type this. Or if you are typing simply import matplotlib.py then you need to type all that thing here everywhere. Okay. So anyway, start with importing matplotlib. The first one which I am going to show is how to draw a line plot in Python. How to draw a simple line plot in Python. So let me start with a set of values, x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Just you can, that values you get, it's your choice. Any values. Okay. Then y equals some values. Okay. Then simply the syntax or code which we use here is plot x comma y. X and y are the names which we have given here, variable names. PLT actually this matplotlib plot dot PLOT. PLT dot PLOT is this is the actually code. Okay, this is the code. Bracket, in bracket you can give the variable names separated by commas. Okay, so type this. This is actually simply a comment which I have given. You are just to recognize this is the line plot. In Python, actually, comments are given using this hash symbols. That also you are aware of that. Okay. So anyway, so after executing this, so after typing this, just click on this. Okay. You will get a line plot. Okay. So remember, don't forget to execute this. If you simply type this and if you directly straight away go to this step, this will not be executed. So type this one, then execute it, or even in this here itself, you can in this cell itself you can type all these things. No issue in that. Okay. So anyway, once you move to the next cell, please make sure that you have already executed the previous step, not simply typing. Okay. So that is the first one. Okay, line plot. So just I'm giving you 1 minute for doing this, getting this line plot. Okay. Now, moving to the next one. See, same line plot. So this is simply, I have shown you how to draw a line plot with the two variables, with some values of your own choice, right? Now, suppose you want to give a color of your own choice in this particular line plot. Okay, see like this. See here, in addition to the previous things, actually I have given a color of my own choice. Then here, some main title. Then some legend here. So if you want, then again, some label in the x-axis, some label in the y-axis. So if you want to give additions like this, okay, what you do? See, again, start with x values, y values. Then figure size also. If you want, you can decide the size of the figure also. Okay. Length and breadth, right? Then title. See, here actually I need a title like this line plot graph. So I have given line plot graph. So if you want a title of your own choice, you can, whatever be the title, you can give here. This red places, red font, actually, it's your choice. Okay. So line plot graph, you can give some different name of your own choice. Then font size. Font size means font size of this title. That also, if you want, you can give. Okay. So, but if you avoid this one, see, suppose you see this font size equals 15. If you delete this one, simply PLT dot title bracket in inverted commas, quotes, double quotes or single quotes, no problem. Double quotes, you can give a title name of your own choice. That's enough. Font size is not mandatory. But if you want something, font size of your own choice, then you can give font size equals, say, then how do we decide what is the number which you are, giving here? So let us start with some 10 or 15 or 25 or something like that. Then you can view this. So after viewing it, you can decide whether to decrease or increase. That's all. No fixed size. Okay. Now next is PLT dot X label. X label means, see here, this one. This one is the X label. Similarly, the time is the X label which I have given. You are free to give any X label of your own choice. Then here Y label I have given as sales. Okay. So PLT dot X label equals time. That font size also, if you want, you can fix it. Otherwise, if you just ignore this, no problem. It will give you some default. Give you a font size by default. Okay. Again, PLT dot Y label. Y label also I have mentioned. Then X, Y label equals line plot. Color is equals purple. See, I have given purple. You can give, say, red or blue or green or magenta or some, all the standard colors are available here. Okay. This one. Now, next step is legend. Legend means this one. See, here actually, I just want to get it as this purple line represents a line plot. So if I want to get it like this, see, plot dot legend, LOC equals to, that I'll show you in the upcoming, that is, see, this legend actually, see, here, if you want to get a legend here, it is enough to take it as LOC equals to or something like that. See here, LOC equals to. But if you give LOC as upper left, this is upper left, right? Upper left. You can give us LOC equals upper left. Or if you want to get here, here means upper right, then give it as upper right. Then again, lower left or lower, see, upper left means you will get here. LOC equals lower left, lower right means below right. See, here I am getting. Then lower left means here I am getting. Then upper right means here I am getting. So that decides LOC. Okay. I'll come to that. Okay. So LOC equals 2 means just by default, you will get it in the upper left. Or if you want to get this label in the right side, you can give LOC equals upper right. Okay. Font size also you can decide. Font size of this thing. Or if you leave this, simply LOC equals 2 means it will give you by default a font size of by default. Okay. So see the picture. Now look at the difference between this one. Lot of additional things are there here in this picture. A title here, some legend here, then Y label, then X label, then a color of our own choice like that. Okay, please do it. Due to time constraints, actually, I have only, say, 1 minute to give you. So please do it fast. Those who are interested. Since it's a hands-on session, I request you, all of you, please do it with me. See, first few lines actually same as this thing. This thing, even you can copy paste that. In between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 steps in between. Okay. Now, again, see here actually I showed you only one line plot. Suppose you want, that is by taking this values in the x-axis and this values in the y-axis. Okay. Now, see, suppose I have 4 sets, x1, y1, x2, y2. With all these things, that is title, then X label, Y label, etc., colors, etc., etc. So how to plot these things? These things means x1, y1, one set, x2, y2. Okay. So x1, y1, you will get one graph, x2, y2, you will get another graph. See, 2 plots. See, x1, y1, x2, y2. x1, y1, by taking x1 along x-axis, y1 along y-axis, you will get purple line. purple line plot. And by taking x2 along y-axis, y2 along x-axis, sorry, x2 along x-axis and y2 along y-axis, you will get a line plot with color red. Okay. So that is another option. Okay, just I showed you how to plot multiple. It is possible to do multiple plots or line plots also in the same cell itself. So that is it. Now moving to bar plot. Okay, so how to make a bar plot? Bar diagrams, pie diagrams, histograms, box plot, these are all basic things in data visualization. If you are provided with a data set, either for your project or if you got hired in a company, in organizations, and if you are asked to do some projects, if you will be provided with a data set and ask your manager, if your manager will ask you, okay, do some visualization with this data set. Definitely, you should start with these things like histogram, pie chart or pie diagram, bar chart, and box plot, box chart, box plot or box chart. But these four are mandatory. Now I'm asking you, what is the difference between, is it possible to draw these diagrams for all data set? I mean, if I'll provide you a data set, is it possible to draw histogram, bar chart, pie chart, box plot? These are the fundamental plots, basic traditional plots and diagrams in statistics. So, is it possible to draw these charts, whatever be the pattern of data? No. Histograms and box plot, histogram and box plot can be used, or those can be plotted only for continuous variables. Continuous variables means any real numbers. But if you are provided with a categorical variable, if you are provided with a data set including categorical variables means, say, suppose you are given a column with yes or no, or suppose you are given a column with male and female, or suppose you are given a column with 4 ratings or 5 ratings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So in that case, it is possible to use bar chart or pie chart. Say, for example, first one, see how many ones are, say, suppose you are collecting a questionnaire. If you want to do some diagrams and graphs, some data visualization using those questionnaire, assume that you have collected that questionnaire, you have prepared a questionnaire and you have given to 10 individuals and you ask them to fill that questionnaire. So you have in your hand, you have 100 questionnaires, okay, with filled one. And assume that those questionnaire contains, say, 10 questions. Each of those questions have ratings 1 to 5. How do you rate this one like this? How do you rate effectively this one like this? Anyway, 5 options. 1 is the least and 5 is the highest. Okay. So in that questionnaire, it is not possible, or it is purely wrong if you draw some histogram or box plot. Okay. So in those type of questionnaire, because questionnaire means actually you have 5 ratings. In those 100 questions or in those 100 individuals, if you collected those questionnaires, after filling up those questionnaires, if you collected response from 100 individuals, definitely from those 100 individuals have marked any rating, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 for each of the questions. Let us take the first question. Question 1. You have 100 individuals, filled up questionnaire with 100 individuals. So check whether how many ones are there in those 100 individuals. How many 2s are there? How many 3s are there? How many 4s are there? How many 5s are there? Anyway, total of all this is 100, no doubt in that. So that data can be plotted using bar chart. Okay. So 1 bar for 1, then second bar for 2, then another one for 3, another one for like that. Same thing you can plot using pie chart also. See, you can draw a pie chart like this. Say this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. But if you plan to draw a histogram or box plot using this data set, that is wrong. That is, this pie chart and bar chart can be plotted only for categorical variables. Categorical means either classes, male or female, or ratings like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or etc. Then yes or no. Then high, poor, average. Okay. So those examples we call it as categories. So it is possible to this pie chart and bar chart as the most apt suitable one for categorical. But if your data set is a continuous, data set means your column, your variable or column is a continuous thing. Continuous means any value, say 2, 3, 5, 2.2, 3.5, 8.2, 80.6, 100.6, anything, integers or fractions, right? Decimals, any real number. Then it is possible to draw histograms or box plot using that. What you do is that histogram, in case of histogram, what you do is that find the minimum value and find the maximum. You have done your school classes. How to draw a histogram? If you are given a set of data, find the minimum value in that data set, find the maximum value in that data set. Suppose the minimum value is 5, maximum value is 90. Then you can divide those into different classes. Say, for example, 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, like that. Or 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20, 30, like that. Then find how many are there for the class 0 to 10. How many values are there for, you have done some frequency table, etc., in your school classes. So those table or those data, of course, you can continue with histogram or box plot. Okay, now come back to this, how to draw a bar chart in Python. It is very simple. For example, suppose here I started with X value and Y value. See, first actually I am showing you simply with a set of values. After that, I'll show you with a data set. Because straight away moving to that, maybe those who are new to this may find some difficulty in that. That is why simply I am showing you with a set of values. Definitely, I'll show you how to do this, how to plot, make a bar chart or histogram or anything using a data set. Okay? Yeah. So if we take x equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, y is equal to some set of values, for doing bar chart, simply dot bar is the syntax or dot bar is the code. But if you want to give a title, if you want to give a color of your own choice, if you want to give a legend of your own choice, then in that case only you can include these steps. Otherwise, simply you can plt dot bar x comma y, that's enough. Okay, just like this. See here, plt dot plot means line plot. So if you need a bar chart, plt dot bar x comma y, then plt dot show. Even you skip this, then also you will get it. Okay, bar chart. See here, since I take LOC equals 2, so that is why I'm getting here the legend. Even LOC equals, you can take it as upper left. See, here only difference which I made is upper left. In that case also you will get here itself. See, upper left. Okay. But if you need it the right side, that is upper right, then you can give here as in quotes, double or single quotes, you can give upper right. Or you can give lower right. Lower right means here you will get here. Then lower left means you will get it here. So all the changes will reflect here. LOC equals, you can give different options. Okay. Now 1 minute for doing. Now itself, I think it's time over for finishing this. During the explanation itself, you can do it. Anyway. And here also, if you want, you can give the title like this here. PLT dot title. Bracket, see, like this. Like this, see. Like this step. If you want, you can give title or X label or Y label, something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you can check with upper left or lower right. That means lower right. Then again, lower left. Okay. Then upper right. Upper right means here. Different options for bar chart. Okay. Now moving to scatter plot. What is the difference between line plot and scatter plot? Line plot means we are getting lines. Scatter plot means we are getting only points. See, simply if you see, first one actually line plot means we are getting some line. But scatter plot means we will get only some points, some markings, right? See, the syntax or code which we used is plt dot scatter. That is only difference. This is only difference. See, scatter. All other things remain same. You can give any value of your own choice. Legend, then title, then X label and Y label also. If you want, you can give plt dot X label, then plt dot Y label, like that. Okay. Scatter plot. Do it. Okay. Scatter plot. Now, yeah. How to combine this scatter plot and line plot? That is, in this diagram, how do we join these points? Combining scatter and line plot. See, define those variables with values. Then title, if you want, you can give a title. See, just combine the code for syntax for scatter and line. For getting scatter diagram, plt dot scatter. For getting line plot, plt dot plot. So just do those two things. See, plt dot scatter and plt dot plot. That's all. Okay. So in addition, here just I have given marker equals star just for getting, because no, while drawing line plot, that may not be visible if you simply continue with dots. So that is why I have given here slash, sorry, star or hash or something like that you can give. Okay. Scatter and line plot. Even these points, actually, if you want, you can give a different color, these points, this star. You can give, see here, if you give us, say, blue or something like that, then the points will appear as blue. And you can give different color, one color for scatter, that is points, and other color for line. Okay. Now, moving to histogram. So I showed you line plot, scatter plot, then how to combine line and scatter plot, then bar plot with the different options. I mean, that title, the next label, Y label, legend, etc., etc., etc. Now moving to hist. So for plotting histogram, actually simply for a simple histogram, it is enough to give this one plt dot hist. That's all. Plt dot hist bracket, whatever be the name of your data set, you can give. Okay, so here actually I have not given why I use this numpy. Numpy is numerical Python. Actually, numerical. So for if you want, or this numpy is used for some data arrangements, arrays, or if you are dealing with the matrices, all those things, we are using this. So why for this particular cell or this particular step I use? The reason is that see here actually I have entered some values of my own choice, or you have entered some values of your own choice. Instead of entering values, I can take it as a random. Okay. Just I have selected numbers from 1 to 100. Okay. So, or you can avoid these steps. See, if you want, you can avoid these steps, these 3 steps. Instead of that, you can import some data set, or you can give some data equals some values. Okay, some set of values, data equals some set of values, or you can import some data set and give that data set name as data. Okay, so here actually I am actually generating a set of values. That is why I have used, see, random. NP means, now NP here, numpy. Numpy means a sequence of values. Okay, numpy means actually numerical Python for using the numpy is used for this arrays and matrices, all those things we are using in Python. It's a library for arrays. So here actually I have imported numpy only for selection of these values. Okay, but be frank, if you don't want to get practice with these particular values, you can enter some values of your own choice. No need to do this. Okay, here I have selected a value from Python itself. I'm asking Python itself to give some values in this order, numbers 1 to 100. Okay, now for plotting histogram, simply plot.hist, bracket, name of data set, width also. If you want, you can specify a width. If you want, you can specify the range like that. Range 0 to 50. See, 0 to 50 is the range. These are the generated values. See, look at these values. All the values lies between 0 and 1 and 100, right? All values lies between 1 and 100. 38, 30. These are the values which I have generated using these steps. I have generated a set of values using these steps. Sorry, 3 steps. See, these steps I have generated a set of values between 1 and 100, and total number of values is 50. See, here actually I have 50 values. All the values lies between 1 and 100. So using these values, how to plot a histogram? Okay. So PLT dot his, that is enough. But here actually, since I want to give a color of my own choice, maroon, then bins equals 5 means this also is optional. Okay. Bins equals 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more thing, maybe some of you remember that in your school classes you studied in histogram. In histogram, there is no gap between the bars. Bar, first one, second one, there is. But in bar diagram, definitely gap is there, right? In between, you can find some space. But in histogram, no gap is there in between 2 bars. But while doing in Python, by default, even you skip this bins, right? If you skip these bins also, then in Python, sometimes you will get by default some gap between the bar. Even you draw histogram. Okay. So in that case, what you do is that if you want a perfect bins or perfect histogram without any gap between, you have to adjust the value of bin. Say, for example, here actually I have increased the bins as 10. See, I'm getting like this. If I increase this again there is a gap here. Okay. So if I increase this bin again, bins equals say 20 or something like that, there will not be any gap between this histogram. Then you can ask me why Python is not giving a good picture or accurate, but please don't think it like that. Actually, see, appearance of this is actually, this is better than the next one. No? So that may be the reason. By default, it's already by the scientist have decided like that. But anyway, if you want a picture like this, please adjust the number of pins. That's all. Problem solved. Okay. So please do this histogram. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah. So here, if you adjust the number of bins equals, or if you increase the number of bins, definitely you will get a histogram without any space. Okay. Now moving to pie chart. So as I mentioned, see, bar chart and pie chart can be used for categorical variables. Right? Right? Okay. Now pie chart. See, simply how to draw a pie chart. See, I'm giving some 50, 80, some values and PLT dot pie. That's all. PLT dot pie. This is the name which I have given. Slices is the name which I have given. You are free to give any name of your own choice here. Okay. Give some name of your own choice. Give some values. Then we can. I'll show you with the data set exact difference between pie chart. This is actually simply I'm showing you how to draw pie chart or bar chart. Pie chart or a bar chart and histogram or float, etc. Okay. Simple pie chart. See, in this pie chart, actually, see, here I have not assigned any color. So if you want to assign any color of your own choice, see, this is actually you are getting it default. But instead of this, if you want to assign some colors, see, red, purple, green, etc., etc. And again, if you want to assign some name for each of this slice, okay, each of this part, say instead of gaming, sleeping, etc., if you want to give 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., you can give here. So plot dot figure equals figure size also you can decide. You can increase or decrease this number. That it's not necessary that you can give same number itself 7, 7 instead of 7, 7. But usually for a circle, it is better to give the same size itself. Otherwise, it doesn't appear as a circle. So anyway, so these are the values which I have assigned. Then these are the labels. These are the colors. Then again, labels equals see. So what is the difference between this one and next one? So this one actually, I don't have any labels here or any name here. Okay. And colors also, we are getting it automatically. So if you want to give some colors of your own choice or some labels of your own choice like that. Okay. Do it. So this left side actually are the variable names. It is your choice. You can give anything of your own choice. COLS, then activities, slices. These things actually I have given. Please give anything of variable names. But the right side, you have to give it as like this. Single double quotes or single quote. No, it's not a matter of fact. Single inverted comma you can use. Okay. Now again, suppose if you want to get percentage, if you want to label that percentage here, see, look at the next figure. If I want to get it, how much percentage each region represents. So for that thing, actually, see, this is the code. See, start with say size of your own choice, then assign some data set, then some naming, then colors. Look at this one. See, labels equals, so this is the, see, auto PCT equals. If you give this one, you will get percentage. Okay. For getting percentage in each region. Okay. Now, one more thing. See, if you want to get a slice like this, separate it. Okay. Why I am getting declined? Remote control. Someone tried to Anjali, or who is the organizer?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, actually, someone tried to remote control. I declined it.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes, no problem, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
You can do that.
Okay, okay, okay. I don't think it's accidentally happened. Someone purposefully. Anyway, no problem. Okay. So back to this. So if you want a piece like this, if you want to separate a piece like this, just a slice. So for that thing, what we do is that, see, this is the additional step which you are doing. See this one. Okay. So these are only options for simply getting a plot, simply getting a pie chart. It is enough to give PLT. PLT means that matplotlib dot PIE. So the things I mentioned here, we have started with line plot. Of course, don't forget to import this matplotlib. So we have started with the line plot, simply dot plot, then scatter plot, simply dot scatter, then bar chart dot bar. Then say this is a scatter plot. So if you want to combine scatter and plot, line plot, you can give both. Then histogram dot hist, then pie chart dot pie. Okay. So these things I have showed you simply by taking a data set. Okay. Okay. Now, simply by taking means simply by entering some values of our own choice. Now, after importing a data set, how do we perform all these things? Once you got or once you catch these things which I showed you, it's very easy. Only thing is that you have to do the additional step, how to import a data set. I can show you. See, for importing data set, I think those who are familiar with the basics of Python, you are aware of this. Whenever we import a data set, please import pandas. Pandas is the package or library in Python used for data manipulation. So whenever we are handling with the data, please import pandas. P-A-N-D-A-S, small letters. P is also small letter. Import panda, simply you can stop with this, no problem. Or you can just like matplotlib, you can give a short form like this, pandas or speedy. Otherwise, every time you need to type the full thing. Pandas dot pandas dot pandas dot like that. So that is why we are giving a simple symbol. Okay. Anyway, so first I have imported pandas, then I have imported data set. See, this is actually, I am showing you in Jupyter Notebook. So that is why in Jupyter Notebook, how to import data set. Actually, this is the location of my laptop. So in Windows, actually, just copy and paste your location here, wherever you downloaded or wherever you saved your data set, please share the location here. Okay. If you're working in Windows, of course, please right click on that data set. You can see the properties. Right click, properties. There you can see the location. Okay, copy paste it. Also, please remember, as after copy and paste it, please reverse the slash. Because while pasting, no, you will get a slash in the reverse order. Backward slash. Change it to forward slash like this. Okay. So anyway, I think almost all of you are aware of how to import data set. This is simply importing data set. Import pandas and import your data set. Just a small data set I'll show you. See, this is the data set which I have imported. Only 2 columns, month and expenses. This is actually indexing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. is the indexing in Python. Month is the first column. Expenses is the second column. Month 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. only. So let me take this expenses. Okay, so how to plot histogram, bar chart, and is it whether it is that is my question. Next question: is it possible to draw bar chart and pie chart for these expenses? No, because expenses is a continuous variable. Continuous variable means see all our values. So it is possible to draw histogram and box plot only for these expenses. Okay, but in this column, in this expenses, I'll show you another data set. I can show you another one which is suitable for drawing bar chart. Pie chart, yeah. See, look at this data set. I have columns Q1, Q ID, just leave that column. Q1, look at this column Q1, 7, 5, 5, 7, some rating, which I explained you earlier. If you have a questionnaire with you and if you collect a data set from 100 individuals, assume that each of the questions in that questionnaire is a rating, say 1 to 7 or 2 to 5 or 1 to 5 or something like that. In that case, you will get a response like this. See, question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. So here actually, if you suppose I am selecting Q4. So if I select the question Q4, I have different ratings here. So it is possible to draw pie chart and bar chart for this particular Q4. Similarly, you can draw a pie chart or bar chart for Q3, for Q1, Q2. But if you are given a data set like this, so if you are given a data set like this, expenses, which is a continuous variable, it is not possible. I'm not saying that it is not possible. It is wrong if you draw pie chart or bar chart for this particular column. The most suitable one is histogram or box plot. Okay, so let us continue with how to draw a histogram for this particular expenses. First, just I am giving a new name for this expenses. Sorry, yeah. Just I am giving a new name, my exp, but it is not mandatory. Since that column name contains actually uppercase and combination of upper and lowercase, that is why I have renamed it, my exp. Now I am going to draw a histogram for this my exp. It is very simple. See, it is very simple. PLOT dot his. Why I took PLOT here? Here actually I have imported matplotlib as PLOT. But if you take here as PLT only, then it is enough to type as PLT.hist. If you take PT only here, then you can type it as PT dot. Or if you are not taking anything here, then you can type here all these steps. You have to type this full matplotlib. But it is better to give a short form here. Okay, so plt.hist. So my exp is the name of that column which I have given. So if you want to get a color of your own choice, you can give it as color. Or then if you want to get a title, this one. Then if you want to assign a font size for your title, then if you want to give a label for y-axis, or if you want to give a label for x-axis, all those things. But all these things, see, these are optional things. These things are optional. Without typing this, simply if you type after importing this matplotlib, if you type plot.hist bracket myexp, then also you will get a histogram. Okay, so all other things are optionals. Okay, you have already done this histogram, so I'm not giving you time now. Okay, so this is actually how to draw a histogram after importing a data set. Well, the only difference which I have given is I have renamed, or I have given a name for that variable name, for that variable which you want to get a histogram. Okay, similarly, box plot. See, same thing, plot.hist. Instead of this hist, if you give it as box plot. Okay, if you give us box plot, you will get, see, plot.boxplot bracket myexp. If you want a title, this is optional. If you want a title, you can give this. Now, what is the significance of this box plot? Or I don't know whether you are familiar with this, whether you are familiar with this box plot. See, see, this is actually box plot. This gives the values. See, this is the maximum value of your, this means corresponding to this line, whatever be the value here, that will be the maximum value of your data set. Okay, similarly, see, whatever be this line, see, corresponding to this line, you have a value here, that will be the minimum value of your data set. Even you can check in your expenses. Expenses actually minimum value somewhere lies 53 here. Maximum value somewhere lies here, 65 here. Now, this center, see, this appears like a box, right? Also, by default, sometimes you will get maybe if you do it in R, you will get a vertical. This is actually a vertical picture. Sometimes you will get it a horizontal picture also. No issue in that. In that case, horizontal means this comes here. Just imagine it turns into a horizontal. So this line comes here, corresponding to this line, whatever be the value here, that will be the maximum. And here, this line comes here, that will be the minimum value like that. That's not a matter of fact. So anyway, this is the maximum value. This is the minimum value. And this central line is the median. Whatever be the value corresponding to this central line here, that is the median. Now, this lower end of the box here, whatever be the value here, this will be the first quartile, Q1 or lower quartile. And whatever be the upper side, this one, corresponding to this, you have a value here, that will be the upper quartile or Q3. And this measurement, we call it as interquartile range. So these are the basic things which you get from a box plot. In addition to that, box plot, making a box plot is one of the important thing for detecting outliers in your data sets, especially while doing machine learning projects, all those things. How do we detect outliers in a box plot? In this figure, actually, I don't have any outlier. If you have at least one outlier in your data set, then in your box plot, that outlier will lie either above this line, say somewhere here or something like that, or here or something, above this maximum value, or below this minimum value, somewhere here or here, or in that case, that the outer box will become bigger. Definitely, that outlier will lie inside this outer box, Okay, so if there is an outlier in your data set, that will lie above this line or below this line. That means this is minimum and this is maximum. So definitely, that logically, of course, that outlier will lie above the maximum value or below the minimum value. That's all. So anyway, this is one of the easiest way to detect outliers, especially in the data pre-processing stage of machine learning projects. Okay. Yeah. So that is a case of box plot. So I showed you with this column. See, we have this column expenses, which is purely a continuous variable, continuous values, real numbers. So it is possible to draw box plot and histogram using this data set. Similarly, I'll show you how to draw exactly. See, look at this data set. I can tell you which of the figures such as histogram, box plot, bar chart, and pie chart applicable for this particular data. Suppose I am selecting productivity, this last column. Okay. If you are selecting productivity, the possible charts for this productivity are histogram and box plot, because these are continuous variables. Okay. But if you are selecting this column 1 and 2, or if you are selecting this column, all these columns, see, this developer experience column, code use column, or knowledge repository usage, this column, these columns are categorical. So if you select this column, knowledge repository usage, okay, the possible charts, the charts which you can plot using this is only bar chart or pie chart, because it's a categorical variable. That is, if you are selecting this column, one bar for 1 and other bar for 2, representing 2. Similarly, for pie chart, you can divide only 2 regions. One region represents 1, the other region represents 2. Okay? Yeah. Now even I can show you, see, these are the box plots actually. Productivity. For the productivity, I have drawn a box plot. Okay, I can show you. Yeah, let us take this example. See, this is another data set. I import Matplotlib. I have imported another data set, CSAT frequency table. So this is the data set. Actually, so I have columns ID, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Okay, let us choose any one column. Just like questions, which I shared you earlier previously. See, suppose you have a questionnaire with you, which contains 4 questions. Assume that you have a questionnaire which contains 4 questions. Each of those 4 questions have rating 1 to 7. That's all. So it's a case study. See, you are given a questionnaire. Okay, 4 questions are there in your questionnaire. Each of those questions have can be rated as either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or up to 7. See, first question Q1, second question Q2, third question Q3, last question Q4. Okay, each see, look at this Q4, 7, 5, 6, etc., etc. Maybe 1 to 7. In Q3 also same thing. So if you want to plot a not histogram or box plot, histogram and box plot, we can't. It's not correct. The appropriate one is either pie chart or bar chart. Say, you can draw a bar chart for Q4. You can draw a bar chart for Q3. You can draw a bar chart for Q2. You can draw a bar chart for Q1. Similarly, pie chart also, you can draw 4 pie chart. One for Q1, one for Q2, then for Q3, Q4. Okay, so let us choose, let us choose Q4. I am selecting Q4. How to draw bar chart and pie chart for Q4. Okay, see, in this Q4 column, we have numbers 7, 5, 6, etc. First, what I do is, first I have to see, you have a questionnaire with you, which contains 4 questions. Each of those 4 questions have rating 1 to 7. And assume that you have collected response from 100 individuals. Or see, 179 individuals. Assume that you have collected response from 179 individuals. But in those response, let us take Q4. Let us consider Q4, 4th question only. Okay. Different individuals marked as different rating. Right? First, count. In Q4, how many 1s are there? In Q4, how many 2s are there? How many 3s are there? How many 4s are there? How many 5s are there? How many 6s are there? And how many 7s are there? Okay. So that is the first thing which we need to do. See, dot value underscore counts. See, I'm getting 6 repeat, that is 6 people, 6 individuals, sorry, 108 individuals reported, done the rating as 6. Okay, 108 individuals in your response. You have 179 with you, 179 responses with you. So in that 179, actually for the question Q4, 109 people responded 6. Similarly, 35 responded 4. Sorry, this rating 4 was responded by 35 individuals. Then rating 3 was responded by 13 individuals. Then 7 by 11 individuals. 5 by 11 people and 2 by 1 people. So that no one actually given the rating 1. So that is why 1 is missing. And also please note that by default, you will get whichever repeats maximum, highest, that will come first. But suppose you want to get the rating in the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then in that case, you can sort it, sort index. See, you are getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want, you can sort it. By default, you will get the maximum number of, whichever occurs maximum number, you will get that as first one. Okay, so I have found out the count, then I have sorted it. Total number is, of course, count. Total number is n. Then if you want, you can find the percentage of each of those. That is how to find the percentage. So for the 6, percentage is obtained by 108 divided by 179 into 100. Similarly, I have found out the percentage here. If you want to round that percentage to 2 decimal digits, you can do it like that. Then draw the pie chart. That's all. But the code is very simple. Dot pie, we have already done this. Dot pie, that's all. Okay. See, I have given the labels. Labels are same as index. So that is why I am getting, see, 7 actually appears this region, 2 only few. See, how 2 actually only 0.56 only area, or how many 2s here? Only 1 actually marked as 2. So that is why here actually I am 2 a small region. Then 3, 4, 5 like this. So that is the case with the pie chart. Same thing you can draw dot bar. See here, plot dot bar. Okay. These are only options. Title, X label, Y label, all are options. See, I'm getting 1 bar for 2, 1 for 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Here actually we have seen that 6 repeats highest, right? 108. So you will get highest bar for 6. That percentage for 6 is actually 60 points. See? Okay. Or number. Here actually we are taking the bar chart, of course. See, this is. Okay. So these are the basic visualization techniques actually. So due to time constraints, let me stop here. So I have shown you. Anyway, whatever be the analysis or even as part of machine learning, you are doing exploratory data analysis. Just a minute. So as part of machine learning project, initially you are doing pre-processing to detect outliers, missing data, all those things. Then definitely you can do some exploratory data analysis. In that exploratory data analysis, you can include all these things. Okay. Or if you are planning to do some visualization techniques only, definitely I suggest always to start with this. I have not gone any in the advanced level. Maybe some other session we can have. Okay, so let us come with some, so some questions are there in the chat. Let me check. Yeah. Ajay Kumar, if you are attending, I request one request to all the students. If you are attending a session, please put the questions related to that session. Why IBM website not able to load learning courses like that? No answer from my side. I have a doubt while writing X label. Okay, one doubt. Manish Kumari. Okay, Manisha Kumari. Okay. While writing X label, after execute error comes in this line. STR is not callable. PLT or whatever be the matplotlib which you are given, that dot X label bracket, definitely you will get it. This error comes. Can you please help me out this? X label bracket, inverted comma. Of course, type your name, you will get it. Even while clicking on that starting bracket, you will get that closing bracket automatically. While clicking an inverted comma, while pressing the inverted comma in your keyboard, you will get that closing double quotes, you will get automatically. Don't try to do it additionally. Maybe you may have done some mistake or something like that. How can we change the color? I showed you how to change the color, purple, different colors, color equals. Simply give COLOR equals. I showed you that. Shreya. Okay. Piplot for categorical data. Correct. Piplot for categorical data. Changing size of the graph also I showed you. Okay. Ma'am, what's C do in this code? I don't know. What does it mean? Okay. Why we use that percentage for getting that percentage and how much percentage in that pie chart? Say 28 point for this region. Each region represents how much percentage. So for that, actually, we are using that. Could you please? Seed function actually, see, suppose, let me explain that. Seed function, why we use seed function? Reason is that, suppose you are generating some number 1 to 100. See, I showed you one example with histogram. After generating numbers 1 to 100 and total of 50, you have obtained. We will get a set of numbers. See, suppose after doing the histogram, assume that I close this laptop or close this file, this notebook, Jupyter notebook or Python file. After some time, if I opened it and if I run that code once again, for getting the same picture or for continuing with the same values, you have to give seed. Otherwise, if you miss that, that is not wrong, that is correct. But if you run that code again, you will get, or that will generate different values. That's all. So that is why we are setting seed, set seed. Okay, same number. Because we are generating numbers, no? Different time that different numbers will generate. Always to get the same number to be generated, please give seed. There was a line np dot seed. No, how to master Jupyter notebook? Interesting question. Getting practice with that. Programming always, whatever be that Jupyter notebook or R or any other platform for Python such as Spider. pie chart, Jupyter Lab, Orange, etc., etc. See this. See, I will show you what all platforms are there. Once again, let me share the screen. See, these are the, if you install Python through Anaconda, these are the options. Okay. See, these are the, see, I have used this one, Jupyter Notebook. But you are free to use this Spider or Data Spell, Anaconda Notebooks, Jupyter Lab, whatever with it. So, but whichever time, whatever time which you are planning to spend with this, you will become expert in that. How to master Jupyter Notebook. I write plt dot x label. Plt dot x, Manisha, plt dot x label bracket. What is the purpose of x label? If you want to get a label for x axis. So simply plt dot x label means you have not assigned any name for x axis. So plt dot x label bracket inside the quotes, please give a name of your own choice. Okay, so that name will appear in your x-axis. Every time we have to write and import library. No, if you are using Jupyter Notebook, all these are installed there. You don't have to install it again. But library, definitely, you have to import it. Whenever you are planning to import a data set, please import pandas. Whenever you are planning to draw some diagrams and graphs, you can start with Matplotlib. And if you are planning to draw some, say, some advanced graphs or something like that, and say, I can show you once again. See, once again, I can show you. Sorry. Yeah, let me show you. That is another package installed in addition to this Matplotlib. Another one which we used for in Python is SkillsBuild. Okay. Say, let me show you another. See, here SkillsBuild means this one. Import SkillsBuild. So here also I have imported Matplotlib. See, Matplotlib as my plot and import SkillsBuild as my. So why I imported SkillsBuild also here? If you want to focus on some advanced pictures or see, for getting this picture, actually I need the help of SkillsBuild. See. So usually for advanced pictures, actually we use SkillsBuild. So basically, Matplotlib is the acceptable one. Almost all basic fundamental pictures, diagrams, graphs you can plot using. Can we change of the color in pie chart? Can we change the color of, yeah, per person change? Change of color in pie chart, I showed you. Data analytic, ma'am, can suggest data analytic project for interview point of my specialization data set. See, data analytics means data analysis. Actually, I can't say simply saying analytics of analytics, making use of data for decision making. Data analytics means simply making use of data for decision making. So if you are provided with a data set, of course, after pre-processing, data cleaning, all those pre-processing include data cleaning, etc., then detecting outliers, then missing data handling, etc., all those things. So after doing all those things, so do some analysis with that. Come up with some predictions for future decision making. That itself is the objective of data analytics. In pie chart, there was a particular part that taken out, that explode command, explode, that we have used for separation of slices. Box plot, I have already explained. Someone asked me box plot. I have explained box plot. From the box plot, one of the easiest way for detecting outliers. Then we will get median, minimum, maximum value. Then first quartile, third quartile, or lower and upper quartiles, Q and quartiles. So if quartiles means if you divide our after arranging in ascending or descending order, if we divide the data set into 4 equal parts, First part, first 25%, then 25 to 50%, 50 to 75%, 75 to 100%. So those comes in that, those coincide in that 25%, we call it as first quartile. Those comes in that 75, we call it as third quartile or upper quartile. And center 50%, that itself is the median. Second quartile is same as median. Which plot is for which category? If you have your data set as categorical variables, then pie chart and bar chart. But if your data set is, or if your variable contains continuous values, we apply histogram and box plot. Multiple plots, of course. Multiple plots, we can draw multiple plots like this. I showed you one multiple plots now. Using Seaborn. You can use Seaborn for drawing multiple plots. Range in level, then we get differences. So I think we can stop. Loud your way of teaching. Thank you. Okay, can you share code file? If you, yeah, of course. If you are interested, I will share the code file. No problem. Okay, so that's all I think. Some more. Can you share the, if you put the range between 55 to 70 in your label, yeah, you can set you that range of your own. Of course, I showed you range bracket 0, 50. Like that, it's your choice. No problem. Yeah, that's all. How to know about which graph? We have to make the data. How many times I shared? See, if you are dealing with continuous variables, start with histogram and box plot. If you are dealing with categorical variables, then start with bar chart and pie chart. Okay, so that's all from my side. Okay. So anyway, once again, thank you, dear organizers, IBM SkillsBuild organizers.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your time and sharing your expertise
I'm
with
sorry,
us.
actually, I have a call at 5:30. Otherwise, definitely I'll continue up to 6 o'clock.
No problem, ma'am. I'm sure students have learned a lot from this session. And if there is any important link you want to share, you can share with us. We will share it with the students. I hope all the students have learned so much from this session. Thank you so much again, once again, ma'am, for all the time and efforts that you've put in today. And we can end the session now. Students, we will be sharing the attendance in the WhatsApp groups. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you.
Hello students. So if you can stay here because I'll be sharing something very important for you. So I'm giving you a glimpse. So if you are excited about your final deliverable, so I am going to show you some important part of it so that you can understand how you need to deliver your final submission. So I'll be sharing this in your group as well after your concept note submission. But since this class finished earlier, so I'll take 5-7 minutes to show you. Right. Let me just share my screen with you. All right. So students, this is very important, and this is regarding your uh, final deliverable project. So we need your project in a standardized format that you need to follow. Right. So this is a sample that we will also share in the group. So few things that is important in your PPT is